It's great to be back in my own studio where the internet supposedly works a lot better. I just want to apologize again for this totally different format that our challenge has taken on, but I'm sure we'll still have the same end result in the end. Hi, I'm Marilyn from Pattern Society and welcome to the second part of our Pattern Remix Challenge. Today I'm going to show you how to adjust the basic sleeve into three different sleeve styles. A puff sleeve, a butterfly sleeve, and then also a gathered cap sleeve. I'm very excited to show you, so let's get going. So I'm now going to show you how to draft a simple puff sleeve. I think you are really going to be surprised how easy this is. This specific style of puff sleeve is going to have some fullness in the cap and also some fullness at the hemline. So the first thing you want to do is trace your simple short sleeve. Just remember to transfer all your markings. And then just a tip, I'm going to keep it at the original length, but this style of sleeve also looks nice if you add about 2 to 3 inches to the length, and you'll be doing that at this stage before you cut out your sleeve. And then also you want a piece of paper that you're going to fold in half, because we are going to trace this on fold. So we're going to start by folding our pattern in half like that, and then you are going to be placing it, I'm just going to do this, yeah, you are going to be placing it on fold. And before we secure it, we just want to draw a line, a guideline that we can move our pattern on. So just draw a straight line there. And then we're going to secure our pattern on this line. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 inches to the top of my cap. And 2 inches to the bottom at the hemline. I'm just going to mark that for now. Okay, then I'm going to measure my hem width. This is about 7 3/4. Now you can decide how much fullness you want to add to this sleeve, but I think a nice amount is to take that 7 3/4 and multiply it by 1.5. Some people like to double it up to have some more fullness, but I think 1.5 is enough and looks very nice. So 7 3/4 times 1.5 is rounded off about 11.5 inches. So I'm going to measure that 11.5 on my guideline. That's about there. Okay. So this is my new sleeve width. I'm just going to take this off. And I am now moving up my sleeve to that new point. And then this is still just going to mark it there at the underarm seam. And then just to point out, this mark that we made here is now my new sleeve cap. So we're still going to draw in this first bit. Two-inch up. I'm just going to write it here so that you can just remember that we came up 2 inches here. So now we just blend from that point back to where you made your front and back notches. And then the same for the hemline. I'm just going to take the curve. Remember that we always want to straighten up that first bit, so that's a nice transition to the other side. And then we're just drawing in our new hemline. So we've also did it 2 inches here. Okay, so if you cut this out now, obviously you will have a full sleeve, but as you can see, this is my back side, but I still have, I'm going to use my tracing wheel again, and I'm just going to trace along my front sleeve, and we're just following that new line over there. Like that. I'll show you now in a minute if you can't see it. So we're going to be cutting this out. So when you unfold it, you'll see your perforated line over here. If you can't see it, I'm just going to quickly mark it in. So this is my front side. And then you're just going to cut just this side. You're going to cut out on that line. Just want to find my notch there again. Okay, and there is your puff sleeve, as simple as that. Okay, so what you will do here when you're sewing it, you will just be gathering between these notches until it fits into your armhole. And then here at the hem, you can, obviously you'll have to add an elastic in your hem to gather it, or you can attach a cuff to the bottom that you can also gather it and secure it with the cuff. Another thing I love to do with a puff sleeve is to line it, to have a lining fabric, or to just double up your fabric. It also gives a very nice, more of a high-end type of look, so I really like to do that as well. And obviously then you can insert the elastic between the two layers of fabric. Well, that's it for the puff sleeve.